There we go. All right, I think we are live. What is up, guys? Sam back again. Today we are going to talk about something that I love to talk about, and that is computers and Mac versus PC specifically, MacBook Pro versus Microsoft Surface. They have a new one called the Microsoft Surface 10, and so we're going to look at these. We're going to look at this tech. We're going to see if it's fit for video editing. So we're going to compare them side by side together. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So I'm going to create a list. Uh-oh. Ignore that. There we go. So I'm going to create a list here. Let me remove this dude. Actually, no. I'll leave that there. Okay. So will that fix it? Yeah. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, when we're looking at computers, we only care about a few things. I mean, aesthetics are cool, but like we can't start there. We have to start with the processor, and then the graphics card. Actually, not the graphics card yet. The RAM, graphics card, and what was the last thing? And the hard drive, or the solid state drive. Okay, so those are the four like main things that we need to care about. So like we gotta number them off. Okay, I'm trying to keep this as simple as possible, guys. I've been building computers and fixing computers and doing all sorts of crazy computer things for so long. Um, and I don't want to get super technical, so I'm going to try to keep this simple so you guys just kind of understand what it takes to find a fantastic computer. So we're going to look at two computers that aren't custom builds, though. These computers are they're going to be like pre-made, like MacBook Pros are pre-made, and like you can only change like the RAM or maybe the size of the processor, like, but you can't like do anything else custom to it. And same with Microsoft Surface. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna create two tabs here, put them side by side. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna start on the right, and we're gonna do Microsoft Surface. Okay, so we're going to look at the new one, the new Microsoft Surface. So the thing about the Microsoft Surface is it's super portable and it's super powerful. And they're both, the Surface and the MacBook Pro are both in the same competitive price range. And they're both more expensive than custom built computers, but they both allow for on-the-go editing. And if you have on-the-go editing, that means you're going to accomplish more if you can edit anywhere. So that's why like I love having two laptops. I only have two because for one of them I needed to use specifically for a movie job. So I normally could just use one, but I have the second one, and one's a Mac, one's a PC. And I use my Mac as a remote desktop into my PC if I need more powerful like rendering speeds. But otherwise, if I can just do simple editing, I'll just do it on my Mac. And the Mac is a little lighter than my PC laptop, which I have currently right now. This is a MSI Ghost GE60, and I'll show you guys that in a second. Here, I guess I could just pull it up. MSI Ghost GE60, or maybe it's GE60 Ghost. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's this guy. So this is what I'm using. Which one is it exactly? It's not. Oh no, actually, this is my old laptop. I don't know why I remember that. I think I have the Leopard. Yeah, I have the Leopard. There we go. Yeah, this one. Okay, this is the one I have. Okay. So now we're looking at the Surface. So the Surface is brand new. It's cool. It's a tablet, so you can edit it as a tablet too. You can install Premiere Rush and use Premiere Rush in tablet mode, which is pretty cool. It's just like you use your fingers and drag and drop, and you edit that way. So that's for quick editing. I mean, because at the end of the day, it's like it's not just about you know using all the tools at once. It's about how fast can you make the coolest video and the most effective video, especially if you're in marketing, like I was for years, and I still am. Like video marketing is like on top of my mind like every single day, and so if I want to get quick videos out there, I need to like be able to edit whenever. I don't want to only be able to edit like at my workstation. So that's why we got laptops on the go. So we don't want the laptop. We want the Surface Pro X. So if we go to the Surface Pro X, what is up, Mohammed? How you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Okay, so Surface Pro X, starting from $1,000. So it gets a little pricey, right? But that's because it's got a lot of power to it, and it's got that tablet functionality, which is key. So let's have a look-see. So we need the processor. So I'll just click on this processor here. So the Surface Pro uses its own processor. It doesn't use Intel anymore, which is kind of fascinating. And I'd like to see what the benchmark is, because I don't need, like, I'd rather just have, oh, this website isn't very good on this view, but I'd rather have an i7, but they talk about their new SQ chipset. So I don't really know exactly how this is. I think it's good for, like, I think it's the same software that they tried to use in their Windows Phone. But I'm just gonna, let's see if I can go to like benchmark processors. Okay, yeah, passmark, no, CPU benchmark. Okay, so if I look up Microsoft, oops, just want to see the score. Soft SQ2, right? Nothing? Okay, wait. Microsoft SQ2 benchmark. I want to know the score. Maybe it's not out yet? I just want... The struggle is real, man. I don't want to disable it. Okay. Anyways, let's see how much RAM it is and how much bang for your buck you can get. Okay. So Surface Pro, and actually I will put this. I'm gonna pull up the specs here, and then tech specs. Okay. So here are the specs. So we got the 13-inch display, which is not huge for video editing. So that's one drawback. And then we got 16 gigs of RAM. And what else do we got? What are we looking for, right? We need a graphics card and a solid state drive. So where's our solid state drive? It is right here. So we got options up to 512. So that's good. I'm going to have to find out exactly which one. Oh, the graphics are SQ2. Okay, so these are yet to be tested. So I might actually start to disqualify the Surface Pro X, even if it might be decent at video editing. It's not that reliable. So let me see if I can. It's the SQ2, right? Yeah. SQ. Maybe it's the SQ1. Gadgetverse is a good site. I'm not sure. Okay, so it's doing the i7. Okay, so here we go. So this i7 is it's definitely beating the SQ1. So I figured the i7 is always going to be better than the SQ. So let's see. We'll just take that as our understanding. And I think some of the MacBooks have i7. So let's see, MacBook Pro. Just gonna go to the latest. All right, Apple. Let's go. Okay, so I guess we can compare to the 13-inch, but it's good that they have a 16-inch available. So yeah, so here's the Surface specs, and then let's look at the 13-inch, just to kind of get a fair comparison. Because what's the price point on this one? I think this is $1,000, but we can customize it. So let's configure it, and then I'll also. Yeah. I don't need to be advertised. Just give me. Let me configure this. All right, Platinum. There's the SQ2. Oh, so you can get the SQ1, but the SQ2 is the new one. Ah, so we got to pre-order that. Okay. Here we are. Quad core. Okay. So when we look at these, Apple likes to just do like the decoy effect, which is like, oh, you got the cheapest one, and then you got the most expensive one, and the one in the middle is a ripoff. So it makes the most expensive one look really good. So let's see. We got. See, it's a ripoff. Like, it's way worse quad core, and I know it's $300 more, but still. And then the graphics, the RAM, the storage. So it's an i5. That's the only downside. So I want to know i5. Can I do an i5? This is my old laptop, by the way. Can I do i5 processor versus Microsoft SQ1? Because I assume the SQ2, we'll just assume the SQ2 is like double. More cores, turbo frequency of i5 is bigger, PDT is lower. Okay. So let's look at the bars here. Oh, okay. SQ's trying to battle this i5. So this is a decent competition. Okay. So we're looking at this processor, right? So that's the number one on the list. Processor, then RAM, then graphics, then drive. Okay. So what's the RAM available? So if we look at, okay. If we're looking at the 1300, we get 8 gigs of RAM, which is not that great for editing. And then here's pre-ordering the SQ2, but we were comparing the SQ1. Can you just get black? Yeah, SQ1. What is this? Oh, SQ1 gives you 8 also. SQ1 was 16, is 1640. So it's still cheaper than this. SQ2 is coming out though. You see that? So we get the SQ1. No. Nope. Don't need a SIM card. Who cares? Give me more of the specs. What is this? What's this nonsense? Ugh. You're killing me. Killing me, Microsoft. I want more information than this. I think it's just the SQ graphics card and the SQ processor. But I want to know the hard drive. What's the SSD in Microsoft SQ1? What's the SSD though? That's what I need to know. Maybe Amazon will tell me. Sometimes Amazon has good information. Okay, so Snapdragon? Oh my goodness. No, it doesn't tell me. Okay. So once I get these specifics down, I want to give you guys my full opinion on these guys. But I need to know. Yeah, no one cares. Bummer. People should. Storage. It's number 7. Where's that? Hard drive is not removable. Okay, well, it must be a custom solid state drive then. So that's a bummer. So the thing about the Surface is like it's a tablet, right? So you can't really like interchange like specific parts. I can't talk. In a Mac, you kind of can, but you still really can't. Okay, so like you could just upgrade like what they have to offer, but you can't like put in your own, which is kind of a bummer because if you do some research, you'll realize that the Mac does not have that much power for how much it costs. It could totally be way more powerful, and you just need to look at the right hardware that you need to plug in there. And so if you get your computer, you could also just remove the back and void the warranty, put in your new pieces, and go from there. It's not too difficult. It's definitely possible for the common person. But yeah, okay, so we are going to... How about I show you guys? So since the Surface is kind of disqualified, it's nice if you want to just do like simple videos on the go. And the Mac like just isn't powerful enough, man. Like the 13-inch just like there's no way you could use Twixtor on this laptop. I mean, sure you can, but it would take forever to render. I mean, let me show you guys the laptop that I have. Uh-oh. Is everything freaking out now? You guys good? Nope. It's freaking out. Sorry, my laptop's just doing backflips right now. There we go. Reconnect. Come on, baby. I just need you to reconnect. Okay. We're back here. We reconnected. Start this video again. Alright, what's up, guys? Okay, let me just get these windows back up and get my broadcast back. There we go. All right. So yeah, Surface is kind of disqualified here. What's up, Rajiri? No problem, man. We were just comparing laptops. So I mean, this might be good for you because this could be your next level up. I don't recommend the Surface unless you want to use it for school. But I don't recommend it for video editing. But it still can. It can handle it. It just won't be your friend. But it's great if you're on the go and you want to just make your videos real quick. And then the MacBook, the 13-inch just won't do it. So we're going to look at the 16-inch, and it's way too overpriced. And that is because if I go to the MSI Leopard, which one was mine? It was mine was the 63, right? Yeah, I think this is mine. GP, that's the 8RE. This is the 8RE. Dun, dun, dun. Didn't I buy this one? No, I almost bought this one. Okay, so look, there's only one left. How about it? So this one's 1300, okay? So I got mine. It was a little better than this one because I have 32 gigs of RAM. This is 16 gigs of RAM. And then I have it has a better graphics card though. But my laptop's from 2018. So this is what matters, right? So we want to see... We're no longer looking at the Surface because the Surface has been disqualified. It's not good enough. So the Surface can't handle it, and the MacBook can barely handle it at that same price point. And the only way for a MacBook to actually be useful for video editing on the fly, especially video editing with effects and color correction, and like, you know, anything that's like 1080p and up, if you do 4K, you absolutely need a computer in the $1,500 range. We are looking at the ones that I highly recommend because these are the ones that I own. So I own this laptop and I own this laptop, the one on the right here. Actually, no, this one on the left. So it's got an AMD. This MacBook over here on the right has an AMD. We're going to look at our priority, right? So we need to know about the processor. So we've got an i7 on both of them. So this is a 9th gen i7. I think this is 8th gen. So this one's a little older, but the 9th versus 8th is not a huge difference. You don't have to worry about that at all. And this 8th gen is a late 8th gen. You can see the 8750. So it's totally good. It's got 6 cores. The Mac has 6 cores too. So basically, they're basically the same. And I think the gigahertz, this is 2.2 to 4.1. So in terms of turbo boost, and this is 2.6 to 4.5. So it's not too big of a difference. The MacBook is a little better on the processor side, but price point is $2,400, right? This price point is $1,300. This is $1,100 less, and it's competing. Okay, next we need the RAM. So this has, 16 gigs of RAM. This has 16 gigs of RAM. You can upgrade this to 32, and I bet it'll be under 1,500. And because that's exactly what I did. And then also got a bigger solid state drive, along with that 1 terabyte hard drive. Okay, so that's the storage. I know I jumped ahead, but let's look at graphics. Okay, so we got the Mac. The Mac has the AMD Radeon Pro 5300M with 4 gigs of DDR6 memory. Okay, this has where is it? 16 gigs of RAM. Let's get into specifics. DDR4, so it's not DDR6, it's DDR4. And DDR4 it's the longest lasting RAM that I've seen. DDR4 came out I don't know, over 10 years ago, and it's been around for a while, and it's high speed, and it works, and I've used it on multiple computers over the last 10 years for editing, and it's just super powerful. It handles the most effects going on. It can render anything. It's very reliable. So this DDR6 is new technology that you don't need. DDR6 is necessary for a computer that you're spending $3,000, $4,000 on, which not the average person does. I mean, I was working in a film set, and I worked on a computer that was $10,000, and I was working on it. It still had slip ups. It still had blue screens. It still was flipping out, and it would crash just because I'm doing special effects. And it's just because there's new technology out there, it doesn't mean you need it. It's not going to change everything. The things that make the biggest change are the processors and the hard drives. Okay, so the processors are right here. We got them. We got the good ones. So the only way to get a good processor is if you start at i7. Okay, you don't want i5. That's going to slow down. It's probably going to crap out on you within a few years. You want the i7 because it's better technology. It's what Intel actually wants to sell, and they created the i5 to market towards the people who need cheaper computers, right? Okay, so if you buy a cheaper computer, it's going to crap out on you earlier. If you buy a more expensive computer, it's going to last a lot longer. So the i7 is going to keep lasting. It's going to keep going. They have an i9 coming out. I think it's already out. But you don't need to buy it. It's overpriced. So you just got to wait till that gets in the common threshold of the slightly higher end computers, right? So we're currently looking at the common threshold of the slightly higher end computers. And I've done enough research to know that these are cream of the crop, big time. And these will do all the tricks you need. Okay. And it's funny because I say these will do all the tricks you need. Honestly, the Mac does not keep up. It cannot keep up. I have it on my desk behind me. You guys can't see it. And it's this one. I spent $2,500 for it. And it's got the stupid AMD Radeon Pro graphics card that can't handle anything. It's got 16 gigs of RAM, and it trips up all the time. It's just you can't do anything advanced on it. No, I have to disagree, Roger. The Mac processor it's the same in a PC. They use Intel. They don't use other. I don't know why they partnered with AMD for graphics cards, but they use Intel, and Intel's is the processor for PC, and so we've got it in here too. So yeah, this MSI PC is a monster, and like I said, I'm currently using it, It like never fails me. The only times it would ever fail me is if Windows is being weird. Okay, everyone knows Windows is a little funky, but once you get it right, once you configure it, once you kind of get through all the pain points of getting all the annoying things out of the way, Windows is perfect. I have zero issues with it now. It's just for the first 2 months I had to configure it exactly the way I wanted it. I didn't want to be annoyed by certain things, and I did my research to figure out how to remove things. It's all it takes. People shouldn't just slide into Mac because it's more expensive. It's not worth it. It's going to die out. It's not going to do the job, and you're going to get mad at it, but you're going to suppress your anger because you're going to be like, but I spent $2,500 on this. It was worth it. Like, no, you can't do that. You got to be honest. Mac is going to die. It just doesn't have the power that PC does. And look at this. It's $1,100 more than the PC. And I'm not over here like as like a Windows PC salesman. But yeah, Rajiri, the Mac processors are not special. They don't have anything that's special except for like if you like the keyboard and the touchpad and the sleek design. That's it. Truly, that's it. Yeah, Macs are cool, but they're not. We're talking about video editing here, right? So Macs are cool. They work well. I use mine every day. Seriously, I use mine every day. It was just the other day I taught some friends on like little tactics, like you can just highlight a file in Finder on your Mac and you can hit the space bar and it's a quick little preview. You could preview GIFs that way, videos that way, images. Like you could just do quick previews, PDFs. Just hit space bar when you're highlighting a file in Finder and you're good. So like I know that was a simple little tip, but like I've used Mac all the time. Like I get it. And I have one, and I spent a lot of money on it, and I'm not that happy, but I still use it because it's not like a horrible laptop. It's just not fit for video editing. If you want to do real video editing, and you don't want to wait a long time, and you want to be able to pump out videos and express your creativity to the ultimate potential. I mean, like if you have more speed to do things, then you have a higher potential of expressing like your artwork and your ability to show how much value you can provide a company if you're making videos for a client. It's just like the speed is what does it. Like it's not how it looks. It's not like, you know, how much you enjoy what you're working with. It's how fast can you do it, because at the end of the day, when you finish something in a quick amount of time, it opens you up for either more free time, more time to be creative, more time to work on, you know, other projects. Like you grow faster. Like speed is what runs the world, right? Like that's why people are being replaced by robots for common jobs. Like, because robots are faster, and like you might have to pay a little bit more for them, but it's only a one-time payment and then maybe some maintenance over time. It's not like a salary you have to give somebody. So like, I mean, that's why I'm over here still a one-man show with my automated emails and my automated, you know, course and everything. It's like all built out. I built it using the robots. Yeah, it just works. Mac is the fastest one. I'm planning to take one. So Mac is good. It's good for like an internet machine. If you just want to use Google Chrome all the time, Mac is great. That's what I use it for. I edit. The only time I ever edit with a Mac is because I use Google Drive as my cloud storage. So on my PC, I have my PC is right here. Okay. So on my PC, I'll just do it like this. On my PC, I have here. I'll pop myself up bigger here. Okay. So on my PC, I have the actual footage. I have a hard drive plugged into my PC. It's an external hard drive that I can travel with too. That keeps all of my raw footage, which is, it could be like 50 gigs of footage for one project. But I have like a terabyte worth of footage on there. So that's where all my footage is. The only time I ever edit on my Mac, which is over here, is when I create proxies in Premiere Pro. So I create little files that are easy to edit. And are linked to the original footage. I create proxies. I send them into the cloud. The cloud sends them to the Mac. Okay, so here's the cloud. Here's my Mac. and I edit the proxies on the Mac, but I can't export on the Mac because I don't have the raw footage. So after editing the proxies, I save the file, okay, send it back to the cloud, and the cloud's like, hey, PC, the Mac just updated the proxies and they created the edit file for you. Go ahead and open it, and then export with the raw footage, the actual high resolution footage. So I export on my PC, and I can do all this through a remote desktop. I use this app called AnyDesk. But yeah, I use my Mac as an editing machine, but only for proxies because it's so light. Because Macs are not powerful enough to handle big time footage unless you spend $1 million. I mean, like, it's just so expensive. So that's strictly from the video editing perspective. Otherwise, Mac is great. It's smooth. It's clean. It works for the common man on every other aspect. Its OS is pretty good. Windows and Mac are like tied for how much I enjoy their operating system. So it's up to you. It's your preference. But if you're looking for the most power specifically for video editing and also gaming, if you want to play Fortnite, Rajiri, or PUBG on your computer instead of your phone, I mean, PC is the better way to go. It's going to have way more frames per second. Like, everything's going to be good there. But Mac is still like not horrible. Although Mac isn't really built for gaming. You can't really play many games on the Mac. But yeah. So that's the gist of it. I hope that all makes sense, guys. If you have any more questions, or if you want specific referrals, or if you have a PC in mind, if you have a Mac in mind, Rajiri, please send that to me. Because I will definitely help like ask you the right questions to see if it'll actually fit your needs. And I hope like that I can be of service to you and kind of like share my knowledge and experience with computers, because I have both. And I already ruled out the Surface, so I'm not leaning towards Microsoft in any way. I'm just leaning towards the better tool for video editing. And the better tool is the one you can save money on and upgrade later. Because I can upgrade my PC with that, right here, $1,300 versus $2,400. I can upgrade the PC like twice over a span of 4 years, and it'll be better every single time than the Mac. Tell me something more. Graphics card. Well, the graphics card, Max AMD Radeon Pro, is not that great. That's why it doesn't handle video editing very well. Roger, I'm giving you as this last tip before I go. AMD Radeon is not bad, but it just can't handle it very well. And it's got some memory to it, but that's every graphics card comes with memory. And then the NVIDIA is great for video editing. This is GTX 1060, which is fantastic. I have 970 and I love it. It's lasting forever. Everything's super fast, especially with hardware encoding through Premiere Pro now. It's incredible. Hardware encoding never used to be a thing, and now that it's a thing, it actually uses your graphics card to render, and things go so much faster. NVIDIA is lightning. I swear, like it's a night and day between AMD and NVIDIA. And you can't get NVIDIA in a Mac. You just can't unless you custom build one, like the Mac trash can computer. But you can't get in a laptop. So yeah, let me know if you guys have any more questions. Yeah, that's all I got. I honestly want to keep talking about this, but I ran out of time. I'm already 4 minutes over. So I will talk to you guys later. Please check out the ParEdits helpline, ParEdits.com/helpline, if you want to. Here, I'll show this again. If you want to talk more about computers, Rajiri, you better hurry up. You have one last question. You better hurry up, man. I gotta get going, like, for real. Man, I can't wait longer. Okay, I just gotta go, man. Why don't you just send it to me through Instagram or Facebook Messenger. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. I will see you in the ParEdits helpline. Links in the description. Also check out my mini course that's available in the description as well. And I will see you guys in the next one. All right, peace out. Ooh.